Hello everybody and welcome back to this Let's Play of Portugal in Empire Total War. When we last left it, we had just won a big battle around Madrid against Spain. Had beaten off some pirates in one of the trade routes and was just getting ready to start investing in new buildings, checking out the research and, well, generally moving on with the game. First of all, I'm going to upgrade the military governors and the governor's residence to the military governor's encampment. That will unlock more troops. We'll get artillery, 12 pound of artillery, sepoys, colonial dragoons. Not sure how good these ones are. They're slightly better than the colonial militia. Not sure what else I can upgrade at the moment. Can't upgrade the roads, unfortunately. Could upgrade to a government chambers. I better check how much money I'll get though. I'll get another 2,000, so I'm going to keep it up to 6,000. That will add a bit more to tax and unlock some new infantry. Oh no, we've already unlocked most of that infantry, but might as well upgrade it to get the tax boost. It'll take a long time to pay off, but still. We need to recruit some more troops actually. Line infantry, definitely. Could get some cannons, but I think I'll wait a little bit. We did finish a building up here. I think it might have been a weaver's cottage, or not entirely sure, but we finished something. Still going for the ring bayonet. I'm going to have another go at trying to negotiate the upgrade powers. I'm just going to pause it while I do that. While I try and negotiate different technologies, I will resume it when I'm back. Welcome back, everyone. Just finished the diplomatic negotiations. Wasn't actually able to get any new technology. I tried offering the plug bayonet for new technologies. I did manage to get a bit of money off of the United Provinces for the plug bayonet. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Well, so they've taken Spain's bit of land up here. I don't know if they're in the war against Spain still. I'm just going to check. Yep, they're at war with Spain. Oh, they're at war with New Spain. Oh yeah, Spain, yeah. So, no, but maybe it's because we're allies or something. Couldn't get any other techs. Well, I was offering the plug bayonet in return and like money, but none of the other powers wanted to buy it, so I'll just have to research it all myself at the moment. Just still trying to get the ring bayonet. Might move on to canister shot afterwards. And let's just do the end turn. I'll just let it go through Britain and mates just to see what they're doing. After them, I will skip it and, as usual, and get back when the action has started. Welcome back, everyone. Nothing really happened in that turn. This fleet over here was attacked. Let me skip that. Yeah, this fleet over here was attacked by Venice, but thankfully all I could withdraw, and it put me right next to Spain, so they're out of danger at the moment. Another successful mission. Spain hasn't done anything. I don't know if these armies over here is going to try and relieve Madrid, but for the moment they don't seem to be doing anything. Got another trait upgrade, I think, from the game. Yep. Got some more line infantry. I'm going to send them up. I'm going to send them straight up to Madrid while we construct the next lot, or recruit the next lot. We seem to have got, as you can see, we've got quite a big army up there now. Saxon's just been destroyed. I don't know where they are. They're over here somewhere. I don't know what province it is. Would have been theirs anyway. Oh, they've been taken by Portugal. I haven't actually sorted out my trade routes. I know I've captured some ships over in the Ivory Coast. Yeah, because we did capture those ships. The pirates. I'm going to move some of them to different trade modes to just stop the enemy ships from taking it for themselves. Still get quite a bit of money from it. Check over here. We've got some more galleons here, I think. Where is it? Galleon. They're the galleons I started with. Oh, no, I didn't start with that one. It's quite an experienced galleon, that one, so that's quite good. Gonna get the Racefield one, this quite experienced one, and the brig. We're gonna put them over here. This is just to stop the other great powers from grabbing them themselves. We should still make about the same amount of money. I mean, we've just moved them to different places. I don't think you get a bonus for them all on one spot, as far as I'm aware. Right, what else do we need to? I don't think I need to sort anything else out of this. We haven't got that much money, so I'm going to let that build back up. I'm wondering whether to attack the Druid. I mean, they're only going to hold out for another 3 turns, and we do outnumber them, but they're still entrenched. I think they lose troops every round, not every end turn, not many, but still. Could try demanding their surrender, but I might wait until the next turn for that. Yeah, I'm going to end the turn, because I don't think there's anything else I can really do this turn. I'm just going to let it go through the first few again. I'm just going to pause it again. I'll get back to you when something happens. Just pausing it now. Welcome back, everyone. Well, Venice finally decided to attack me again. This time the withdrawal didn't actually take me all that far away. So I'm going to save the game quick. I'm going to leave a little, and I'm going to leave a link to skip this part of the video. But those of you who want to watch, I will again be doing the battle. They've got about 4 ships. We've got 3. I think one of their ships hasn't even got a cannon. Right, we're in the battle now. We're just going to, as usual, get them into a line in front of them, in front of their fleet, try and cross the T as usual. Now, one of their ships, yeah, so they've got 2 light galleys, a 5th rate and a brig. I've got a brig, a sloop and a 5th raider. I can't see these light galleys being too much trouble. Well, it depends what cannons they have. I think in the vanilla Empire Total War, I don't know if it was ever patched, but it turns out they were given something like 128 pounder cannons, which, when you, or something ridiculously, 64 pounder I think it was. Sorry, when you consider the biggest cannons most nations get is about 24 pounders. So they were pretty big guns. Not, I mean. I don't know if I can't remember why. I think it was a glitch in the programming, or it'd been programmed wrong, but those ships, despite having a relatively few cannons, could pack quite a bit of a punch. Like, they could do quite a bit of damage from long range. But I'm hoping Darth Mod has fixed this. I mean, I did use these light galleys myself in a battle when I used to play this, and they were quite effective in a fleet. They were easy to destroy, but they could cause a lot of damage before they went down. Like, way out of proportion of what they should have caused. But hopefully like I said, hopefully they've changed that. No, we're just going to get in front of their fleet, hopefully. They're getting near us quite quick. We haven't really got the wind in favour of us. As we turn towards the wind a bit more, we might make it a bit better. We're not going straight against the wind now. It's not started to turn. So the wind got a bit of wind, but not much, which isn't helpful. But yeah, we're not going to get in front of them. They're just too fast. And they've already started firing at us. Why are these ships slowing down? Right. Don't know if we've even got a shot off at them yet. No, we've got some shots off at them, but I don't know if we've done anything. Gonna try and gradually close the distance between the 2 fleets. Alright, we're still getting shots off at them, but it's all not very accurate. They're all round shots, so we're not slowing them down. I could try switching to chain shot, but I'm not sure how much good that's going to do in the long run. I mean, it might be better, but I'm not sure if we've closed the range enough. And at this range, we're probably more likely to, just as likely to hit their sails as we are the actual ship with the round shot. Won't cause as much damage, obviously, but I mean, we're shooting them before. That ship's, the 5th rate's already engaging their 5th rate. So I'm going to get him to try and turn around a little bit. Try and cross their T. I'm going to get these ones to start closing the distance again. Well, they're doing it in a funny way. I'll click here and then they just don't turn for some reason properly. Switch to chain shot. Should just be just about in range. Let's see. Yep, they're firing. Cause a bit of damage. Not enough to stop them, but maybe enough to slow them a bit. Will this ship fire? Might have to do this manually. It's not right when they don't fire. I don't know if we're actually out of range. I mean, we can still hit them. I think the AI just decides not much chance. I mean, there we still hit them, even though the AI reckoned we weren't gonna do it. I think I may have just taken out one of my own sails. Oh, that's slightly embarrassing. Not sure if it was me. I mean, I wasn't really thinking we was in the way of that quite at the time. But that's not very good. I'll have to look more where I'm shooting at next time. Still got some sails, thankfully. Get a broadside off here. I don't know why we're not firing. Yeah, it did quite a bit of damage there. This ship, the 5th rate, should be in range to take out their sails. Come on, unfurl your sails while I shoot. Yeah, it did quite a bit of damage there. Took out one of their rigs, mast, sorry, bit of their rigging. Not doing so well with my nautical terms today. Gotta get him to turn so we can shoot a bit at this one. Maybe get behind this one now it's lost a bit of speed. Oh, no, get behind, not in front. Not attack, sorry. I'm gonna move these ones over here. I'm going to send them to board the galleys. They only have a very, very few crew. And where their decks are so low, like where their ships are so low in the water, we should be able to just riddle them with grape shot. I think the 5th rate should be able to deal with these 2 ships. All on its own, more or less. Just going to get it behind there. Try and get these ones out of the way of its broadsides. It's causing quite a bit of damage to our brig, which isn't good. Let's speed it up a little bit again. Let's turn it this way so we've got him in our sights. Put our sails away. It'll take a bit of time for the order to respond, so we should move forward enough by then. This ship's almost out of the broadside. Oh, he's switched to my sloop now, which isn't as so bad. I mean, it's got less damage, so hopefully it won't cause too much damage. So hopefully it won't be as bad. Sorry, the damage. Brig started firing. Not sure it's going to cause much damage, but well, good effort, I suppose. They put their sails away, so I'm not going to cause much damage with chain shot, so I'm going to switch back to round shot. Try and take out some of their cannons and crew. But you can just see there we've got some good hits in. And he's got his sails back out. That'll be a good time for the chain shot. This ship's basically dead in the water. With its sails gone and going against the wind. We can get their ships just stuck in place, hopefully through lack of sails or going against the wind themselves. We should be able to just get in the right position to deal with some major damage. Might try and do that now. I mean, the galleys haven't got the problem. They've got that problem. They've got oarsmen. So if they haven't got the wind, they can just row here. I mean, they've done it quite well. I mean, they've gone slowly, but they could probably go slowly that one faster into the wind than we could. Alright, I'm going to speed up again. Oh, he's kind of crossed my T. And he's killed my admiral. That's not... I think he's killed my admiral? That's not good. Hopefully he doesn't cause any morale losses. Like, cause our troops to... our sailors to flee the battle. Caused a bit of damage there. One of their galleys is wavering, so must be doing something right over there. And we're boarding their ship. We've got like well over double their men. Right, let's try and get between these two ships. We've got the wind with us this time, so cross both their T's, hopefully. Well, they're starting to waver as well. We're causing some damage, taking out their guns and their crew. And now we're parked right in the right position to deal damage to this ship. Yeah, that was quite a bit of damage. Furl our sails away, or put our sails away. And they're both wavering now. And they're going to take a while to get out of the way of our ship's guns. So we can hopefully cause a bit more damage. But they're routing now. I mean, I'll probably board them, but see if we can get them to surrender first. We're going to switch to chain shot because they're getting their sails back out. We could take out their sails and we could just board this ship and then deal with them on our own. I know that. I'm going to send him after that one. Doing a bit of damage to their sails, but not as much as I hoped again. Switch back to round shot perhaps. They're surrendered. I'm going to send this one to board over here. By the time it gets there, it should be routing. Yeah, it's routing. I'm just going to go to chain shot again. Switch them all to chain shot actually, since we haven't got to worry about them attacking us now. Don't think any ships have been sunk again. I think traditionally or historically it was the case that most ships were captured in battle, so I suppose that's not surprising. Because it was quite expensive to build these ships and they were pretty tough. I mean, when you think they were just firing solid bits of metal at each other, like unless you actually hold the ship or set fire to its magazine, it wasn't going to really do that. It wasn't going to be taken down that easily. But alright, we're going to try and take out their sails. We're going to get a bit nearer. I think he's getting out of range from us now. Alright, we're going to chase him with the 5th rate and the sloop. We've not lost too many guns on the 5th rate. Brig's lost a few. The sloop's lost nearly, well, not half, about a quarter. Between a half and a quarter, I'd say. Alright, we've just started the board there. Switch him to grape shot just in case something does happen. Cause the least damage to the ship. Park him alongside with grape shot. They're surrendered, so I'll send him to attack with grape shot. Just in case something bad happens. Oh, no, it's won the battle. Alright. We could get 2,000 if we sell all of it. I'm going to add the 5th rate and the brig and see what that leaves me with. Alright, that leaves me the light galleys. I'm going to sell them. Right, I think we made money from them. Not entirely sure. I'm going to let this keep rolling because we're right at the end of the round. Oh, we've been blocked. That would be by the Barbary States in there. Oh, we can't get to our ports now. Oh, that's not good. We've got a gentleman. That's good. That will help us develop more technologies, I'm hoping. Yeah, I think that's taking a turn off of the ring bayonet. We'll have it on the next turn. Just get our saboteurs to do some stuff. Just get their traits increased. Yep, there we go. Let's quit them and check our troops. Not sure whether to recruit any more troops. I mean, I could use some more, but we're getting to the point where we're going to be losing money soon. I mean, we're gaining about 1,000 every turn, which is not a lot. Let's just check. I could auto resolve. I've tried demanding their surrender. No, it didn't work. They've got 2 more turns, and that army from Spain came over here for some reason. I mean, they must be a good turn away from here. I don't know what they're trying to achieve, or it doesn't seem to be making much sense where they've gone. Let's check our ships. We could go and blockade Venice. That might maybe make a peace with them. Might force them out of the war. I think we can reach her in one turn. Yeah, we can. Let's just see. Might get some recon on what the Venetians have. They've got a fairly strong army. I mean, oh no, that's mainly garrison troops. Oh, they haven't got that much of an army. Probably could have sent some troops over here to knock them out of the war, but too late now. I mean, they would, and they still would have had over here, I think. Anyway, I'll try and see if I can make peace with any of these enemies. I mean, Venice, Spain, New Spain. We'll try the Barbary States. I think they actually make peace quite easily. I might be wrong. It's just, oh no, I'm not going to pay you that much. I mean, since you haven't attacked me. New Spain. See if I can request peace with them. Nope. Try Venice and France. France hasn't actually done an awful lot. I can only assume Britain's causing a lot of trouble for them, or they're not really taking part in this war. But, I mean, they don't seem to be doing an awful lot. Just gonna go to Spain. Can I actually? Right, I can request. I understand why I asked for regions. Right, okay. What do they have in? Right, their main colonies are Florida, Cuba, and Hispaniola. I think that's right where the Dominican Republic is. New Spain hasn't been merged with Spain yet. They've got all the really good colonies, really. They've got the good provinces. New Mexico, is it New Mexico? Oh, that's their capital, so I can't demand that anyway. But yeah, most of the New Mexico and I think maybe some of these ones are pretty rich territories to capture. Not sure what else I can really do in this turn. Just going to check my fleet. Coast of Brazil, Ivory Coast. Yeah, this is the fleet I have out in India. It's not that powerful, but it's not. Like I said, there's not really much in the way of naval opposition out there. Let's just check our regions. The population of Goa is still declining, and so is the tax base, I think. The wealth, that will increase it by 3. That will be virtually stopping it, but not quite stopping it. And let's just check out what's the largest army we have. The one in outside Madrid still. I'm going to end this turn. Probably end the. I'd have to end the video after this. I mean, not much has happened. I mean, maybe we'll get a battle. I have to apologise for this video being quite boring. I mean, that's not good. But yeah, if not much has happened, I can't really help that, I'm afraid. Gonna put. There we are. We can end this. Can hopefully end this video on a good note with a big battle. Let's get after. Let's check how many men we have. We outnumber them a lot, but I'll do a battle. Welcome back, everyone. We're on the same battle map as we were before. Well, not unexpectedly. So pretty much going to be keeping it how it was in the last battle. With a few changes. One, I can put my cannons up here where they're a bit more safer, now that we've got less of them. Well, we've got one of them. Gonna move the cavalry up here. Got some new troops as well. Got the militia. Got line infantry. That's so they can hopefully take the brunt from the Irish brigade. How many line infantry have we got? We got 2. I'm going to put 1 on each flank and fill the rest in with militia. Keep my Irish brigade infantry sort of as reserve. Like last time, I'm going to have to wait till the battle started before I can place these troops properly. I've actually got more troops than I know what to do with. Pikemen can go up here again. We haven't got a general's bodyguard this time, which is not as so good, but I'm going to put them all up here behind the perimeter for the moment. Then I can just keep them as a general reserve, place them in battle as and when I need them. Or except the guerrillas, they can They can go up there. It's less of them this time, but they can still deal some damage from longer range. Right, line infantry are going to be the ones doing the brunt of the fighting up here, I hope. Don't want to rely on militias too much. I suppose some of these troops around here I could assault the fort again, though. Like I said in the last video, it was assaulting the fort in another battle of this that, right, in one of the previous battles that caused it to crash in the first place. Wondering whether to just destroy them all on the battlefield. And there's that mortar. There's their one mortar they have. Well, I thought they had more than one in the. But oh, maybe they died of attrition. I think they only had like. Oh no, there was a 3-man one, a 10-man one. Maybe they've just done what they did last time and sent them into battle as foot soldiers, which is pretty wasteful. But well, I'm not gonna stop them from doing it if it gives me an easy victory, easy kills. They haven't got any reinforcements coming for them this time, so that's a good thing. Could try and batter down some of the walls over here. I mean, they're out of range at the moment. There they are. There's their water crew. Yeah, I'm going to stop attacking the wall for the minute. I thought it would be out of I was going to attack it while the troops are out of range, but they've just come into range. Maybe their water's been destroyed. I don't know. These lot, but maybe they've had to send them in as foot soldiers. But as usual, I'll just wipe them out pretty quickly. Send another lot of troops to send the Irish Brigade just to finish off the little perimeter here. Only a little gap there that I doubt they'd be able to take advantage of. Get my horsemen into near the enemy. Well, they seem to be charging all at once, which is, if they'd done that in the last battle, they would have easily won, or at least would have taken or at least caused me to lose a lot more troops in the process. Or like, I mean, they either would have won, or I would have won a Pyrrhic victory. I mean, I did lose half my troops. I suppose you could argue that was a Pyrrhic victory, but I had reinforcements. They didn't. I mean, I had a few line infantry on the way to battle. Their army had to retreat from battle, and well, honestly, I thought it would turn back up again and then just attack me, try and relieve the fort, but it seems to have gone off on a wander about. Maybe it got destroyed by the British or one of the other, or the Netherlands, or the United Provinces as they're called in this game. But yeah, how did I digress? I mean, they're gone, so I will just deal with the remnants in the fort. Their mortars are about to reach here. Not sure why they've gone well ahead of the enemy army. I don't know if they're running and they're walking, or if they're being kept back for to launch one big attack. It just does seem rather wasteful. I mean, they didn't even get in range. I mean, they barely got in range, and they were just massacred. Half of them dead. I forgot these guerrillas had slightly better range. I mean, they've done very well. I mean, I'm surprised they only got a little bit of experience, although I suppose with massed volleys, like when they were going into battle against the other line infantry, they were probably losing quite a few troops and not causing as many casualties or something. They're probably better for going against generals or something, like, you know, where they just need to get a few shots off to kill one or two highly important people or something. Not sure they're so good at the whole not standing in line and fighting it out. Well, the enemy's starting to line up. Just speeding it up a little bit because they're taking quite a while to deploy this time. They're definitely thinking it through a lot better. Last time it was just some random charge at one at a time that just didn't seem to work. Going to try and start moving my cavalry up a little bit, try and attack some of their infantry, their armed citizenry. They're the most numerous, I think. There's 400 there and 200 there. Oh, forgot to speed it up. Forgot to put it to normal speed. If I could deal with them, get them routing. I mean, there's lots of them, but they're not very strong, so they're more like, if they were going to win, they're just going to win through sheer weight of numbers. But if I can just get them to rout, or at least deal some damage to them. Oh, we've lost our general. Oh, that's annoying. Literally the first person to die. That's even more annoying. I'm going to pull them back. I'm going to let the cannon deal with these lot. Oh, we're not running. We're just sort of marching alongside. Not sure how that works, but we're killing. Oh, we're still killing most of them. I mean, it doesn't seem like we were doing much when we were attacking. Now we're retreating, we're doing even better. And they're not even fighting back. I mean, they've killed my general and then they've just sort of wandered off. Well, not wandered off, but just marching alongside. And I've killed someone now, which isn't good, but still. Get them to retreat properly now, hopefully, before the guerrillas start opening fire. Now, I'll send them this way so we don't get stuck in the crossfire. So we don't get stuck behind them troops. And hopefully out of range of them before they start attacking me. Oh, they're chasing me. Oh, that's... I'm not sure what they're trying to achieve, but... They're almost at my lines. Cannon's not going to be able to fight them too much longer. But the guerrillas have started opening fire. That's good. Let's make sure they're all on guard mode. Because I did have this problem, right, where they were not on guard mode. I think it was the militia that... Yeah, that's it. Militias that aren't on guard mode. Don't want to break my line and... where my troops running off after the enemy, so that would be quite bad. Starting to open fire at them, starting to cause some casualties. Pull my guerrillas back a bit. That's the best angle I'm going to get. Pull them back, draw them into my militia's fire. They're just outside their range, but if I pull the guerrillas back a bit, they should be forced to follow them. Almost there. Just in range now. I mean, they're not going to cause much damage from that range, but better to have them fire and miss most of their shots than not fire and hit none of them. Oh, I think they're coming after my cavalry. Well, they seem to have some odd priorities. I mean, they've got 3 lines of infantry here, and then they've just gone straight towards my cavalry. That isn't actually doing an awful lot. Perhaps they just remembered what happened in the last battle, where I just sent them to flank them all the time, or maybe they just see them as a larger threat. But no, they've turned around now, so I will try and flank them. Oh, they're getting hit by friendly fire, I think. Oh, they're starting to try and get shoot at them again, I think. Oh, we're going to have to deal with them. They're already wavering, so, well, they were wavering, so I don't think they're going to stay where they were for much longer. So cause some casualties while we can. Hopefully get them routing. They're routing, so get some of them and then hit the citizens from the rear. See how things are going over here. Not an awful lot's happening. Got my pikemen still here. They could go into battle and attack. I think while they're retreating, I will send some forces at least to capture the walls of the fort, lock the enemy out, so then I can just, they'll have to fight it out, they can't retreat after that. Or I'll be able to lock them out of their own fort and then just watch them attack the fort. Which would be some rather ironic, but... Right. Where are they forming up? Ah, they're forming up to attack. Ah, that's not good. Let's attack them from the rear, or the flank. Whatever happens to be easiest. Alright, we're starting to get some casualties on them. Now let's switch to these ones. before we get too bogged down in the fighting. Cavalry seems to work best when you just one charge in the initial charge and first melee. Once you sort of stick around, you start to suffer quite a lot of casualties. Oh, I thought it was attacking their rear, but oh well, we're right next to them now. We're gonna have to charge the front, and they're firelocking citizenry. My apologies. Have returned to the battles we just seen and probably fled again. No, they're not. No, they don't seem to be able to make up their mind. Bring the cavalry out of there. They cause some casualties, but they don't seem to be working as they once were. They're... Well, when I sent them out, I wasn't expecting the citizenry to still be there. Alright, I'll get them moving again. Right, they can take the left wall. They were taking the right wall. They could just turn around and shoot these ones quick. Cavalry's still under fire. Enemy's definitely acting a lot smarter this time. They're not just duking it out. Like, they are keeping their distance. They do know how. I mean, they realise they outnumbered them, and they know they're not going to win a full frontal attack. Although they did at the beginning seem to be using them sort of tactics, right? I did think they were going to do one massed attack at first, but not sure whether to charge in yet with the infantry. Hopefully the cavalry can finish these ones off. Hopefully one last charge will get them routing. If not, charge these from the rear. Right, they're routing. These can shift their fire over there, which I already seem to be doing. I'll send the cavalry to... Oh no, the cavalry's routing. I mean, they did good. I think I've not used them so well in this battle. But we basically got them routing as well, so it all turned out well in the end anyway. Right, I'm going to get them... Well, no, I won't get them to run, I'll just skip forward. Just make sure no enemies have stopped running. Hopefully I can get my cavalry to return to battle. Right. Just these mortar crew again. I'm really worried about whether to attack them, because after what happened last time with the crash, and the cavalry's left the battle, mortars have started firing. They're going to cause some casualties. I might make them run the last little distance just to get them on the walls and away from the mortar. Well, hopefully within too close to the mortar to fire. I'm not sure if there is like a too close to fire sort of range. I know with cannons they sort of fire right up until you're point blank, but obviously with mortars they have to fire straight up. But I'm not sure they can do it so they can at such a steep angle. Right. Not sure who they're actually firing at either. I mean, they're firing. I don't know if it's against those troops there, or these ones here, or... Right, we're starting to climb up the walls. I'll send them into the courtyard. Right, most of them are on the walls. Seem to have... Yeah, we've captured them now. So, they're locked in, basically. I mean, they could recapture the walls, I suppose, quite easily, but they're locked in for the most part. Get these men to line up to shoot there. Get these ones to run the last little distance. These running. I'll get them running because they're all getting bottlenecked on there. I don't want a rogue mortar shot to deal loads of damage. Just especially not once we're right at the end of the battle. They seem to be stuck a little bit. Looks like they're trying to enter that building, but not sure why. Ordered them over here. Right, get them over there, running. Get these ones trying to this building. Hopefully we can start shooting at them mortars over there. Hopefully it won't crash on this time. I mean, last time it happened when I did a melee attack. Do it slow motion for this, just to see the volley. Oh, it definitely looks good. And they're going to be, yeah, they're broken. Hopefully we can gun down the last few of them as they run, just in case they change their mind again. And end the battle. Heroic victory. Oh, we won quite a big victory. Only lost 100 men, mostly in the cavalry. Oddly, well, not oddly, but not surprisingly. Who also got the most kills? They also got quite a lot of experience, as did some of these. The enemy were basically, they lost a lot of their troops. I'd say 3/4 of their troops are gone now. I think I could just auto-resolve the next battle, and it would quite easily take Madrid. And that would be a good ending for the episode as well. I was hoping to just take Madrid in that battle, but didn't see a timer when I got my men into the fort, so I don't know if that's changed in Dark Mod. Just going to see if anything happens quickly. Might as well keep it rolling now, because I might pause it if it starts getting too tedious, but seems like we're just going through the last few little minor factions. That should be pretty quick. I mean, we're not line of sight on most of them, so except the Mughals and maybe a few others, so it should just go through here very quickly. We might get attacked by Venice or the pirates, but I don't see much happening. I mean, I can't think what the pirates might do. I mean, other than attack my fleets as usual, but... And we've unlocked the bayonet. Oh, the ring bayonet. That will definitely help our troops. Now we won't have to use the plug bayonet, which is quite good. And that wasn't good. We just failed at sabotaging. And we just lost our agent in Goa. That's not such a good place to end the video. Let's just check. Let's just change our research quickly. Gonna go for canister shot, because that'll help unlock the ordnance factory. Could go for military syllabus, but that'll increase recruitment costs, which I don't want at the moment. And we've been blockaded by Spain, which will lead to quite a heavy loss in finance terms. That's not so good. And our fleet's all the way up here, and can't reach here because, well, I'm not entirely sure why. It says Britain, but Britain's their ally, so I don't know why it's saying it can't get past the British fleet. We'll just check if we can, what the odds of winning this battle are. I think I'll auto-resolve this battle. I'll save it just in case. I mean, there's only firelock infantry. And this is a good place to end the video with victory against Spain. I'll end the video here and do all the negotiations in the next one. Thanks for watching. As usual, if you like the videos, subscribe, leave feedback in the comments. Don't forget to like, and thank you for watching.